that were there and there weren't any scenes that didn't have to be there, that didn't like contributed to the story. Sorry, my brain is really malfunctioning today. I don't know, like technical difficulties in here. Hi, I'm Dobby, but you can call me Dabz. So today I'm reviewing Reflection by Elizabeth Lim. So before I start this book review, I just wanted to say that this is a book in the Twisted Tale series. It's a series by Disney, like a series that Disney, like the company, made, and it features a popular Disney movie or Disney story, and it's like a retelling of that story but with a twist. There's a lot of them. There's like Beauty and the Beast, there's The Little Mermaid, there's obviously like Mulan, there's Aladdin, and it's like a retelling with a twist. I did a book review on the book A Whole New World, so you should go check that book review out. So this book, like I said before, is a retelling of Mulan. And Mulan, before I say anything else, Mulan's one of my favorite Disney movies and my favorite Disney princess. She's really cool. Because Mulan is my favorite Disney princess. She is the best one. Mulan is my favorite Disney princess, one of my favorite Disney movies. So Mulan, if you don't know the original story, it's set in China a long time ago, and it's about this girl named Fa Mulan, and she illegally becomes a soldier for China to save her father and China, and it's kind of about her journey as a soldier, but also as a woman, because back then, women weren't allowed to become soldiers. So it's about that. However, this book, the reason that it's a twisted tale, the twist is that it's the same story, except Mulan, what if Mulan had to travel to the underworld? So basically in this book, Fa Mulan, she travels to the underworld to save one of her fellow soldiers, Li Shang. You know who he is if you've watched the movie, Li Shang, from dying because he got a wound in battle. That's what this book is about. Okay, so this book was great. I gave it 3.5 to 4 stars. So basically the reason that I'm giving it 3.5 but also 4 stars is while during the experience of reading the book, I would have given it 4 or 4.5 out of 5 stars because I had a lot of fun while reading it, but after I finished reading it, I kind of saw some flaws and because I reread some parts too. I reread some parts while I was writing this book review, and I saw a couple flaws on some things that I'm going to talk about later in the book review, like how the story was kind of transferred from the original Disney story. One thing that I thought was cool is that in this book, since Mulan is set in China and Mulan is a Chinese girl, I thought it was cool that they had an Asian, I think she's Chinese, author write this book. And I feel like the author did a really good job of teaching little bits of Chinese culture into this, putting Chinese culture into this book. While I was reading this book, I learned a bit about Chinese mythology, especially about the underworld. And I thought that was really cool how that was kind of included in the book. So this story, like I said 5 times already, is a retelling of the story Mulan, and it has a lot of the same characters from the original Mulan story from Disney, but it also has some different characters because of the twist. It created different characters had to be introduced for the story to work, but some of the characters that were the same were Mulan, obviously, Shang, and Mushu. So Mushu is a dragon, and he is Mulan's kind of guardian. And I feel Mushu kind of he didn't play as big of a role as in the original Mulan story, and I kind of felt I wanted more of Mushu in this story because there wasn't that much of him. which was one of the things that I didn't like that much. Also, I don't want to give any spoilers. I'm going to try to say this as spoiler-free as I can. So in one part of this story, Mulan reacted to something in a way that I wouldn't expect her to, like, with her personality. Because her personality is like, she's very brave and stuff, but I thought she would react in a different way. That's my spoiler-free, hopefully. It's like, I don't know how to say it without spoilers, but... So in this book, the scenes in this book, especially like the action or like fight scenes in this book, I feel like they were very simple. Like the writing of this story was very simple, which made it very easy to understand. But I also felt like the author could have put like a little more detail into this and made it more like vivid and like image making in your head. I could see the images while I was reading this book, but like I feel like the writing was very simple. So the pro of that is that it's easy to understand, but the con is that it could have been more detailed. But the story was still very interesting, and I feel like a lot of the action scenes and fight scenes were very fast-paced. So this book, it took me like, I wasn't tired at all, so I just finished the book that night. And this book made me feel like I could keep reading it on and on forever because the story never got boring. Like every scene that was in this book, I feel like contributed somehow to this story. So there's one more thing that I want to talk about is the ending of the story. The ending of the story, without giving spoilers, was a pretty like open ending. However, it's kind of weird to like call it an open ending since it's like a retelling, and if you've seen Mulan, you already know how Mulan ends. But since this is like kind of a new story, since it has a twist, it's like a new story, which means there's probably going to be a new ending. So it was a very open ending, but it didn't make me feel unsatisfied with the story. Like some stories have open endings, but I just felt like I wanted to know more about the story. Like it should have ended somewhere else. Like I should have gotten more answers or something like that. But this story didn't make me feel like that. It just made me feel like wonder, oh, what could have happened? But in like a good, like curiosity type of way that I feel like was good for the story. So that would be the end of my book review. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, then like this video and subscribe if you want more content like this. Happy reading. Dum 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 dum.